Hey guys, Ella here with Sexy Fit Vegan, and in 6 days I am leaving to go to Europe for 3 weeks. So I wanted to do a blog post and a vlog about traveling as a vegan. And this is my longest trip ever, so I'm super excited about it. I'm going to Berlin, to Amsterdam, to London, and parts of Switzerland down through Italy, and leaving from Milan to come back home. So I'm going to lots of different spots. How did I figure out what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna stay, how I'm gonna get there, all that good stuff? Let's talk about it. There are a few steps, and the first one is research and connect. Research and connect, research and connect. Social media makes figuring out what there is to do and what restaurants to go to, and what fun things there are and where to stay and neighborhoods and all that fun stuff. Social media makes that so easy these days. So I connected on Instagram and Facebook. I got in Facebook groups that are vegans in Berlin, vegans in London, vegans in Amsterdam. I got in all the groups, asked questions. Instagram's another good way, and Pinterest is fantastic for figuring this stuff out. Instagram's cool because if you find someone, like I found vegan Amsterdam chick and on Instagram, and I got to go and kind of see what her posts were and see what pictures she had taken, so I could kind of see if I related to her, if we would like the same things. So then I reached out to her because she had a lot of cool pictures. She did yoga and she went to restaurants, but she also had, fun pictures. And for me, and this is important for you to figure out what you want to do and what's important to you. So for me, it's not necessarily important to go out to all the vegan only restaurants. I want to make the restaurants I go to, I want to be able to find just vegan friendly restaurants and vegan options, so that I don't miss out on super cool restaurants just because they're not vegan. That's okay with me. Do I want to visit some vegan shops? Of course. But also for me traveling, I want to see the history, I want to see the culture, I want to really get with the locals and meet the locals. So researching that on social media is really the best way to go. So I've got a list of restaurants, of yoga studios, of gyms. I have a shoulder injury, so I'm not going to be doing my Muay Thai kickboxing this trip. But if I was, I'd be researching those too. So research, connect. That's number one. Number two, I'm staying Airbnb for most of the spots because I want a kitchen. If you have leftovers and if you're going to the grocery store, there's always a market with fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables you can find anywhere in the world. You might not find vegan cheese, but you're going to find vegetables and fruits and beans and all the whole foods that we eat as a healthy vegan. So if you have a kitchen to store those in, you just know you can get up in the morning and you don't have to rush out and find a spot where you can get a great smoothie or get a great vegan breakfast. You have that option to just make it at home. So also, I want to go to the museums. I want to do all these other things. So I don't want to constantly be thinking, how am I going to get my next meal? So I want to prepare for that. So Airbnb is a great way to go. Not the only way, but the way that I'm going. Contact your airline and tell them what your dietary preferences are. So usually they'll give you a choice. Sometimes you won't see a vegan choice, and in that case I would call. They're not going to always accommodate, but if you're going on this long flight, you want to see if they can prepare you a meal that's agreeable to you. But bring some snacks on your own as well. I always bring snacks on the plane. I don't like being hungry, so if you're stuck on a plane, I even boil edamame. It sounds funny, but bring a big bag of edamame in the shell. It's a great snack. You just bring an extra little plastic baggie and put the shells in and throw them away. But that's a great, the healthiest snack I can think of. Besides, of course, you've got the cliche vegan veggies and hummus, or rice crackers and hummus. Mary's crackers, if you've ever had those, kind of seed crackers, they're fantastic, super good for you. Hummus usually gets through the security, but not always. I've had hummus. I was coming back from, I forgot where now, but I was in a hurry and I had hummus to take on the plane. I was starving. I just couldn't wait to get on the plane and open that hummus. And they took it away from me at security. They said it was a gel and it was too big. So that was, I literally almost cried. I was so sad about that. So just know that that is a risk. It's only happened to me once out of like the 15 times I've had it. I've taken hummus on the plane. So there we go. Next step would be to learn phrases and write down phrases for the language of the countries you're going to. So for me, I needed, for example, I'm going to Berlin first, so I needed to know in German how to say that I'm vegan, how to say, does this have dairy, eggs, meat, those sort of things, so that you can ask the waiter who comes and serves you about the food that you're eating. It can be challenging sometimes, depending on what country you go to. Vegan is not popular. It's not something that most people would know, even in their language sometimes. Berlin, it happens to be, and this is exactly why I chose Berlin, it got named the #1 up-and-coming vegan-friendly city in the world. And so I said, let me go check it out, find all those great vegan spots, meet some conscious people, and have some fun, see tons of history. And what else? Oh, just, carrying snacks around. I'm not a big fan of bars, like the packaged, like raw food bars. I'm not a big fan of those, but it's better to have them around than not, so that you don't get stuck in an emergency. And they're easy to throw in your suitcase. They're easy to pack. They stay good. If all else fails, you have those to fall back on. And that's really it. I mean, just relax and have a good time. Just because you're vegan really doesn't mean much of anything, except that, you're gonna ask some extra questions. You might have to, look around and do your research and connect with cool people. It's a great way to connect with people in that area. Like I said, on social media, you can ask where the spots are to go, and it gives you this little extra fun project to do while you're traveling and exploring. But just have a great attitude about it, and other than that, you're gonna be fine. So those are my tips, and I will see you when I get back. Bye.